Good evening. Welcome to Square One Drum. So, this is totally unexpected and a bit off base from what I am trying to accomplish here and going about. But I came across something that I'd like to share with everybody. Everybody's talking about resonance and mounting systems and resonance. I mean, they make special floor tom leg boots for the legs of the floor tom to get better resonance out of them, because depending on how they're sitting or what the rubber's made out of will give a good or worse resonance. And I recall, I'm a big fan of the post type rack systems, and with the L arm and everything, as opposed to the big tube that goes in. I hate to name brands, but one that comes to mind is Pearl's system, where they still have that old school post that goes into their suspension system, almost like the less expensive beginner line kits, where the post actually goes directly into the shell itself and is mounted that way. Those obviously don't provide as much resonance. They don't provide as much adjustability and whatnot. So that's one reason why I like the manufacturer that I go with. And I recall quite a few years ago when I used to have my PDP FS Fusion Birch kit, my 14-inch floor tom didn't actually have legs. It was a suspended tom, and it had the suspension mount that attached to the lugs like DW's kits, but it was a 14-inch floor tom. And I got into a little resonance issue with that and did some research and found that if you put that L arm actually facing down as opposed to up like most people would think, and bringing the tom up onto the arm and tightening it to hang it as opposed to putting it down on the arm and setting it there, you actually get more resonance out of it. And with this kit and everything, most of my rack toms in that aspect, I had done the same. Even with that particular FS Birch, my rack toms from the bass drum, I would have that L arm facing upward, and I'd set my 10 and 12 inch down on them, but I still had my 14 inch, coming up onto the L arm and hanging from it. And it was an amazing 14 inch floor tom. Just sounded incredible. So deep, so much boom and resonance to it. And when it came to tuning, this particular kit, I had issues with the head almost choking the resonance, the sustain, everything out of this 10-inch tom. So this evening, I have a new toy coming. I have a 10-inch PST7 Splash coming. So instead of adding a whole nother stand or boom stand to my ensemble of stands and hardware, I decided just to get a Gibraltar boom arm, which I'm going to mount right here in the clamp system. So I had to shuffle some things around, and if you look at my previous videos, you'll see how I had my tom set up. This clamp system I actually had down lower down here, so I could get my tom lower, because I like it low. Everything as flat as can be. I have a short torso, I have T-Rex arms, I have short legs, so I sort of sit a little lower. But I felt that would cause an issue, because with this clamp system down here, I'm only utilizing, able to put that Gibraltar boom arm in there just a couple inches before I would come in contact with the bass drum. So I knew that I needed to bring this up a little bit in order to, get a little more adjustability out of the system. And it was at that point I decided this evening, I come down to just work on some stuff. mind you, it's after midnight right now, and I have 3 children upstairs sleeping, rock on, and they're still sleeping. So I decided to switch things around, and I like my lower height for my shorter arms, and try to keep it flat. So, hello, if hanging the tom on that L arm produces more resonance, maybe that'll fix my whole choking issue that I'm having. Granted, this is not a suspension tom mount system. This clamp here is actually mounted to the shell itself, which, alright, I'm kosher with that. I really dig the lug style suspension mounting. But with the kit itself, I understand. It's not that it's a lower line, it's just compact affordability. Sure, I'd love to get that, lug mounting system. So I decided I'm going to raise this up, I'm going to flip that L arm around. Lo and behold, the resonance I am getting out of this tom is just amazing. To the point where I can actually hear it resonate from my snare hit, whereas before, it wouldn't resonate. So it's enough to make a difference, obviously. So I'm just going to do a little work in here, and I'm all about functionality. Yes, I like things to look clean and smooth, which I think, in the most part, this is still sort of clean and smooth. But just let me get the snares off here. Now it's going to be, probably won't be able to hear it, but I can actually see the batter head of my tom moving with the hit of the snare. And on top of that, I can hear that overtone resonance of it. So probably what you're hearing, boom, that's actually from this tom, not the snare drum. I'm using a Evans HD Dry on the snare because it has really nasty high frequency overtones with a single ply coated head that came factory on the drum itself, and I just couldn't stand it. And I'm not a moon gel guy, I'm not a duct tape, gaffer's tape guy. I don't like putting additional muffling things on my drums. I like to utilize the heads to try to achieve the sound that I want. And this head itself, the Evans HD Dry head, did exactly that. Just amazing, phenomenal, and it really brought this snare alive to me personally. So the resonance that you are hearing from the snare hits, that's actually coming from the tom, which is pretty impressive. So, essentially what I'm trying to get at is, sometimes in order to achieve the sound you want, try messing with some things. Change things up. Don't be afraid to try something different or something new, even for a moment at your house, practice area, whatever. I wonder what this would do. Do it, give it a sound. Nah, don't like it. Put it back. Whatever. Wow, that's awesome. That worked out fantastic. Leave it. tweak it, call it good. And on that note, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I'll be coming out with some more videos, and wait till you hear the next.